everything going for you, superstar?
Yeah, I'm blessed.
You blessed? Amen. How you feel about all this monitor, these tracking? This joint feel weird as hell. Like, you know, you think about football, you getting up on somebody, you gotta hit somebody, you know, straining, pulling, tugging.
Yeah, I did. Like, this is my first rodeo.
That's what I was about to say. So you don't know what things was like prior to, but they ain't never had to deal with nothing like this. You feel me? Hitting that horn, tell them back up. Like, oh, you've been chopping it up. You break up the conversation, you forgetting what you was talking about. Scatter! 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 No blinking. Hold on, give us a quick scatter. Check your lights. I see red people.
See that red blinking light? That means that we don't have the proper separation, that we need to distance ourselves. You take a look at how long a period is, and then you try and figure out the best time to blow the horn. But if you have an extended period of time, somewhere in there needs to be a break, because you don't want it to be too disruptive, but you need it to be effective. You know, more than anything else, it's a constant reminder that it isn't business as usual. Resume.
The first thing I'm going to have you do is just like you do for Monday Night Football. So name, position, and school.
Dante Jackson,
quarterback,
University of Maryland.
This is the gift time. Our gifts last year did really, really well.
These are things that we would tweet for fans, tweet out as a big play.
I wanted you to say to the camera,
Did we just become best friends? The one from Brothers?
Yep.
we win.
Did we just become best friends?
Blew it out of the water.
is there something
That sticks out of you?
Okay.
You got it!
Awesome. Hey, to hear. I'm Sam. So Amy does the fun job. I have a couple lines that we need you to read for some sponsorship stuff. You can do the middle one. It's pretty short and sweet.
Your selfless service to the greater community is helping us all get through these tough times. Thank you.
Great. I think that's it for me.
Already.
Production Day 2020 is slightly different than other years, to say the least. We've had to set up sets 6 feet apart from each other, unlike other years where they could be a bit closer. We're doing as much as we can to, abide by the regulations of the NFL and the team to keep everyone safe. We have 3 sets running for photography. I think it sets new challenges for creatives as a photographer especially. You go into production day knowing what you want to do. Hold on. There you go. The football will be set down, previously wiped down. We'll pose with it, put it back down, and we'll have either myself or another staff member wipe it down. Hopefully you guys like the pictures.
In 3, 2, 1, go ahead. Looking directly in the lens. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, perfect.
Hey, just real quick, man, all right? Make sure we continuing, okay, to social distance. Make sure we continuing to wear our mask, all right? Wiping down. Every time we leave the table, every time we come to a table, make sure we wiping it down. Just steady cleaning. And the biggest thing, man, make sure we always, don't be those guys that don't carry my tracer. One person not having a tracer affects everybody in this room. One person don't have it, he get popped. Everybody in the room now, we all quarantined, we ain't got a receiver group. All right, so everybody doing their part, man. Social distancing, wiping down, washing our hands, wearing our masks, doing everything we can, man. We just doing our part as a group.
This is my routine, every day, Monday through Friday. Try to make it stay safe, sanitized around here. Keep the germs down. Cause the guys be back over here about 9:30 or 10. Try not to be around them, try to keep them safe. This is our wipe down procedure. Keeping it sanitized, disinfected. Wipe down the chill good, go up in their little cubby hole. Ain't nothing to it, just staying clean. Ortho fogging machine, it puts a disinfectant in here, and we just go around and fog up the area, just like this here.
So right here, we are marking every time that we disinfect a room so that players, coaches, anybody can look and see the last time it was disinfected. And then keep on going from there. By noon, I'm well over 10,000 steps a day. Some of my crew have been over 30 to 45,000 steps daily. So every time we do a room, we also got to go through the checkpoint system. This is an operational app that we actually scan a barcode and it will report to the system what areas we've done. So we'll clear those, save it, and then when the operations team runs a report, they're able to tell exactly what we completed.
Long groin, legs are straight, last one.
First and foremost, we're only letting 15 players in this weight room at one time. And you know, that comes from the NFL, so we've been able to do that. And the workouts haven't taken more than 30 minutes. So they're kind of in. I'm not here to waste their time. It's very efficient. So it's in and out, and we just ask them to be responsible while they're in here and stay 6 feet away. Anything they touch, as soon as they're done, and they either put it back, if it's a dumbbell or a rack of weight over here, it's getting wiped down. Aside from the weight room here in the stadium, we have a weight room right outside the stadium. We call that tent 1. We can train another 15 players there. And up outside our bubble, we have tent 2. And again, we can put another set of 15 players in there. We could train 45 players at once because we have these 3 weight rooms. And again, they've done a great job giving us the resources to be able to do that. Once that clock hits 2 o'clock, we're going.
Throughout COVID, we've actually been waiting on things as they come in. They sit for about 24 hours before I'm even allowed to touch them.
This is for you. That's you, Steven, that's you.
After that 24 hours, I come in the first thing in the morning. I can get all of this done basically within 1 hour of the morning. It's so awesome, it's so nice. It's a little bit freeing in a way. You know, we were speaking of gloves, these are actually gloves, so I make this walk, I'd say at least 100 times a day.
Ever have any accidents on that thing?
No, of course not, no.
Release.
This is my walkout. Should do a before and after shot of how ripped I am now. I'm just out here trying to do my job and keep everyone safe.
All right, let's go ahead and make a start. Looks like we have a date now that's going to work for Matt Rule and the team.
So I met with Coach Rule and Bruce Spate this morning about FanFest. He's all in on having the event for the fans. He actually thinks it'll provide a good mental break for the players at a key time during camp. Music, one-on-one challenges, mic'd up, interviews, all that stuff.
I know. I think it's a good idea, particularly for football, just to hear the noise and stuff, to have a production and them to have some sound. So it's just a question how you do that production. You know, so if we have fans, then it can be that. It'll be that. If you don't have fans, you might want to have, figure out if we're going to have fans at some point to have some sort of fan noises, and how the production is coordinated with Matt. For sound, if we're going to have, depending how the scrimmage is going to go.
Okay.
Steven, does the coach know that we may not be able to have fans in if we can't get the pass from the city and county?
Yeah, Mark. He realizes that, and he knows that if we don't have fans, we got to do more to make sure that the quality of the practice is good for TV.
So Steven, let's have a scenario with fans and without, as we were saying before, so that if just so we have a solution either way, you can carry on, and if it's made for TV with people in the building or without.
We've been really busy trying to figure out how we're going to bring fans back into our building under the current conditions.
And I know you had mentioned there was going to be some NFL verbiage that y'all were going to require to maybe put on these or somewhere else?
I think that's separate signage and separate graphics package, and we're working through that.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. Working with Southwood Signs, it was important to us to start figuring out how we can achieve physical distancing within a building that was built not to be physically distanced in. Signage is a big part of that. How fans are going to flow into the stadium and around to their sections and their seats. But then also having friendly reminders spread throughout the building to wear your face covering or to physically distance or to clean your hands. And so that was really important to us, trying to figure out how is the fan going to experience it and how can we make it better for them, understanding that things are different, and we just have to find the best way to work around it.
As you guys know, we at Honeywell have been working hard to help people get back to work and to help teams get back into action and fans back into the stadiums. We think we have a couple of offerings that should be helpful and interesting to you, so we'll take you through the details of that.
What is your #1 priority when it comes to getting this stadium healthy? Is it the fans? Is it the players? Is it everything?
Football first, and then once we get football back on the field, then to make sure the fans are safe and they're feeling the same way the players are, that this is a safe environment for them to come to.
On the game day, our PPE, if you'll notice in front of you here, we brought some samples. So our PPE gear is wide-ranging, so we focus on the mask, sanitization, wipes. What if we could put those into a single pack and make sure that your fans have those as they came in? It gives them a sense of security for themselves, and it also lets them see other people and realize that everybody can stay safe and can stay clean.
It's going to mitigate the, perhaps some anxiety about coming to a building or anywhere really in this pandemic. And if you can give them the equipment, you can give it to them in a nice package that's branded. I think it's going to go a long way to feeling very good about coming to games.
All right, guys, let's flip the page, get a little bit serious here for a second. Let me just say this to you guys, okay? You guys have done an amazing job with the COVID testing and the procedures and protocols and all that stuff. Early on, I said something to you. I said, if you want to be the man, the father, the husband, the businessman, the entrepreneur, the coach, you have to do the right thing the right way the longest. Most people get tired along the way. Please continue to do what you guys are doing. Especially as a lot of us now, we start to have our kids go out to school, as we have days off. Please, please, for the sake of everyone in this room, please continue to do the right thing the right way. It's not so we win more games. I hear people talk about that like it'll be an advantage. It's not for an advantage. It's to keep each other safe and to protect each other. You guys okay with that? So I'm going to read something to you.
Did you already talk with Dennis about it?
Yeah, I just called him. He's out there mowing, so we'll take a look at the media areas he painted, and then I can also show you, I think, where we'll put the media check-in tents for 2M and 3OA.
So this is players' entrance to the practice fields?
Yeah, I think the players come in this side. You can bring the Tier 2M media in on that side, but then you can have the Tier 3OA people come down the hill with that gate. And I think that Dennis is going to put X's down on the ground that are spaced apart appropriately to keep everybody with their appropriate distance. What's up, Dennis? Do you plan on putting X's or dots down?
X's.
Okay.
Just like I did this side over here.
Okay, that's already like that over there?
One every 6 feet apart here, right?
6 feet's appropriate.
6 feet's good. We counted off. It should be about 13, 14 spots. So essentially with media out here at practice, we have to keep them a safe distance from the playing field, from the players, coaches, staff. So we're going to utilize this hill. There's plenty of space, so we should be able to accompany everyone up here.
We got to get to 15 for media, and then I think it's just a matter of, if we continue it further down for staff. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Thanks.
It is a big day here in Charlotte. The players are putting on pads for the first time.
Mary Jane,